Everybody, as you can see, the quarantine is back and
We're
we are
back.
back in action. And guess what? I ain't seen y'all in a minute.
It's been a
And
minute. Happy New Year.
I'm so glad that we doing this again, man. It's time to get some real information out here. It's time to get the word out that people doing some real stuff. And I mean, without further ado, let me put it out there. You are watching the Quarantine live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Hey, man, I think y'all can even call in tonight, 313-355-6018. You know how we do, man. And we getting back to it, man. So, first off, what's up, Henrietta? What's going on?
What's going on, Mr. Otis? It's been a minute since we last sat in these chairs.
Yeah.
How's everything going? What's been happening with you?
Nothing.
I know that's not true.
Nothing.
I know that's
Life
not
has
true.
been happening. So
Okay.
you know, like I said, man, things have gotten real good, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit. But you know, I gotta start out with first thanking you for being here. We doing this thing again.
Yeah.
But you know, within the last few weeks, we've been in some blackouts and some snow outs and some crazy stuff
Yeah,
and some
some
I don't
crazy
know
stuff.
what's going on. But
That's your weather, people. Talk to your cousins.
look, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, DTE and the people and the citizens and there's some upset people out there because some things ain't going right that we think should be going right, but somebody gonna have to be held accountable for this foolishness because
Well, they're giving $35 per head for those lights that people,
you know, I almost made a comment, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna do that tonight because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But that's like almost a slap in the face and pissing on somebody. But again, with that being said, I am now working in the House
Yes, you
of Representatives
are.
in the state of Michigan, and I
You
mean,
moved up in the world.
I ain't gonna say I moved up because I already been here, and I've just been moving, but it's been a labor of love, I should say that.
Okay.
And I mean, to be able to do something like this, I can't even tell you where it came from, but it came, and obviously,
What came on time?
somebody had some big things in store for me that I didn't know was in store for myself.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, man, it's appreciative. I'm working
Yes.
for State Representative Kimberly Edwards
Okay.
of District 12. She has part of the East Side, East Point, and Roseville, and I mean, we got a meeting tomorrow, but I'll get into some of that stuff later on. Progressive Caucus, congratulations to Dennis Bryant
Yes.
for winning that seat as the chair of the Michigan Democratic Party Progressive Caucus.
Mhm.
Also, congratulations to you for
Thank
winning
you.
secretary
Thank
of
you
that.
very much.
I was on the slate myself,
And
so
all of us won, so congratulations
yeah,
to you as well.
I am a committee chair
Yes, you are.
of the political committee, organizing committee. So we gonna do some things.
Of course.
Anybody know me? Know I don't sit down and sit still, and I got a problem with just not moving. So we
Yeah.
gonna get some things done.
They got the right people at the right time.
The Dems had a big week last week in Lansing. Some things got moved, some things got changed, some things that people wanted to see come into light actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were a supporter of something like that, you should really be proud that some things got done. I know you're going to talk about some things soon.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to harp on it because this is your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Construction on 96, and I'd be damned that is happening because guess what? That's what the route I take to go to work.
Oh. They got
Seeing,
construction going on
oh
96?
my God, down to 2 lanes, the 1 lane, and
Is this an election year?
I don't know what year it is, but it's the
I'm
year I
used to
gotta
seeing
travel
that
on the
election year
road
come
year.
around. That's why I'm like, what's going on?
So I mean, I'm wishing that that wasn't going till November,
Right.
but it is. So if anybody has any ideas on how to get to Lansing without taking 96, please call in and let me know, cause
Yeah.
I am so lost and confused. I don't like that route. That means I'm gonna have to leave out a lot earlier
Yeah.
than what I want to. But hey,
Catch
this
the
is what we
94?
do, huh?
Never mind. I thought I saw 94.
You ain't about to get me lost somewhere and y'all don't never see
Don't
me
listen to
again.
me. Just kind of figure out what other routes there is other than 96.
So again, we had a snow thunderstorm. There's so many weird things that have happened within the last few months. You know, we got aliens and stuff flying around. Some people say stuff getting shot down, and we don't know what it is being shot down, but it's getting shot down. Congrats to the new chair of the 12th Congressional District Party, Judy Neal.
Yes. Congratulations.
Definitely wanted to put that out there.
Yes.
You know, like I said, there's been a lot going on. A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
We had a whole Democratic Party convention.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans had their convention. The person that they chose was pretty radical, but that's what
Who
they
did
chose.
they choose?
Christina Caramo.
Caramo, really?
Yeah, that's the new chair of the
I didn't
Michigan
see. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Republican Party, and
really,
it's about to get
interesting.
Very much so around those parts, but
Yeah.
that ain't my business.
Not.
Want to give a shout out to Rosalind Auburn, who couldn't be here tonight. You know, she out handling business as usual, being the mother of everything that she can be.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to say thank you, and
all right, Queen,
handle that
keep
business
doing your
out
thing.
there.
We miss you tonight. We'll definitely see you next week for sure.
The gun radicals are out. They are out, and they are out. Again, I work for a state representative. I don't think I've ever seen this many emails within a matter of a few hours.
What's going on?
They want their guns. I mean, we gonna get into that later on, but I just don't think it's as big of a deal as some of these people are making it. But you know, people gonna do what they want to.
Yeah.
Accountability. People, you gotta learn how to be accountable. We can't always holler that somebody is doing something to you. You can't always holler that somebody's against you. What is it that you're not doing that makes you not move?
Right.
Sometimes it's in us. Sometimes we're lazy and expect everybody to do things for us. Sometimes we are who we are sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be accountable for your actions. It's okay to be accountable for your inactions. It's okay for you to be accountable if somebody give you a negative reaction to your inactions.
True that.
But I mean, everything doesn't have to be an argument all the time. I'm playing golf this summer. Don't know why. I'm gonna figure this game out. I think I've been tricked to believing that I had to hit my head and bounce the ball and all kind of stuff for a long time, and kind of upset about it. But I'm gonna try something new. So with that being said,
good luck with that, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, whatever. With that being said, I'm going to guess what, ladies and gentlemen. Because Miss Ivy is here, we're going to turn it over to her for the Ivy Garden spot. And I'm not going to hold this mic any much longer because y'all know I can talk sometimes.
Okay.
So with that being said, Ms. Ivy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Oz. And hello, everybody. And again, welcome back to the quarantine. It has been a minute since we've all sat down to have some amazing conversations about what's going on in the community, what's happening politically that may help change your life. My name is Henrietta Ivy. I am a home care activist, advocate, precinct delegate. I did win my seat by 94%. Thank you to everybody in my community who voted for me. I'm also pushing legislation for family caregivers, and that's what I've been doing. I've been getting myself set up to have coffee hours, introducing myself to my community about what I do and what I'm going to be doing as their new precinct delegate. And I got a lot of amazing things coming up. So if you're a Facebook fan and if you want to know what's going on, keep monitoring my page. I have a lot of great things coming up in the next few months. Spring and summer is going to be lit. So I'll be here on the quarantine talking about it every week. If I get the opportunity to do so. So with that being said, I want to say we have a huge win. Huge win. Now, many of you may have heard of the right to work. And right to work repeal has now passed in the House. As of yesterday, Michigan's House passed the right to work repeal, prevailing wages restoration. So let me tell you what that is. The Democratic led House approved a package of bills on Wednesday repealing the state's decade-old right to work law and restoring prevailing wage requirements for government contracts, revising two key policies enacted in the last decade by previous Republican Party chambers. So the right to work repeal for the public and private sectors included a $1 million appropriation to make the legislation referendum proof, and a maneuver that Governor Gretchen Whitmer promised to veto when she took office in 2019. However, the Republicans used the same, maneuver to pass the right to work years ago. However, the vote took place after hours and a half of testimony in a four packed committee rooms in a downtown Lansing. So what that means is it was in favor of. So it passed in the House. What does that mean? That means that people who want to join unions, people who want to have a voice at the table will now be able to hopefully have that and getting themselves unionized in positions like I want to say the skilled trades, those types of positions. My favorite one, and the reason why I'm excited about it, Dre, is because I am a home care advocate.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been fighting for over 10 years to try to get family caregivers unionized, to become a professionalized workforce. This will now give us the opportunity to have a stake at the table, to be able to be protected, to be able to be paid, and to be able to be what we call professionalized in this work. So it's a big win for all of us who have been fighting on the home care end. I'm super excited about it. For those of you who don't know what unions are good for people to have their voice at the table, to be able to have collective bargaining about what they want and don't want in the jobs that they work. So I'm super excited about that. If you want to know more about the right to work repeal, I know the Detroit News have an article going on, so just kind of Google the right to work repeal in Michigan. You will get a lot of great information about it. If you're one of those people who are looking to, fight, who was fighting to have that repealed, it is now passed in the House, so that's great news for us. Also, I am doing, again, some coffee hours for home care givers. We're going to be doing some storytelling. This will take place in March. Not March, early spring, maybe April, May. So I want to let everybody know to be on the lookout for those things. Just right now, just really out here now, glad that we can move around. Glad that the weather is breaking so we can now get out here and do the work that we set out to do. The pandemic is gone. So it's time to get to work, and I am ready to put my boots on the ground and get it going.
Your boots, huh?
My boots.
Well,
that's it.
Hey, man, I'm glad you gave us that information out here because a lot of people don't know what's going on. That's one of the problems that we have right now. We got to start being informed of what's going on, start moving when we need to move, quit being scared to ask questions because, again, we got so many people that are disenfranchised about voting and things like that, but understand, every time you wake up, it's a political move going on. It's a play going on.
Absolutely.
A lot of people were upset that Snyder took their cash benefits a few years ago. Guess what? Had you got your behind up there and voted and put in somebody else, that may not have happened. Yeah. So again, we got to be accountable for some of these things that we do because the future is coming.
Absolutely.
The president is here. And if we're not moving accordingly, it makes us look crazy as a whole. So again, thank you for your information. It was well thought out. I tried.
Yeah,
you tried. She tried.
I tried to get it as clear as I can because I know, a lot of people don't understand what that may mean, but there is information out there, and I just tell everyone to Google right to work repeal in Michigan if they want to know more about it.
Okay. So with that being said, I do want to take the time to give a few dates out real quick. Again, like I said, I do work for a elected official, and I like to make sure that when we're doing community work, it's always community oriented and the community knows what's going on. So tomorrow, actually, in East Point, at the public library, Representative Edwards will be having a community conversation. That'll be at 12:30. March 23rd, we had to actually reschedule our mental health meeting because that crazy snow thunderstorm that came. I'm sitting there. First off, let me tell you, I'm ignorant.
You say you ignorant?
I'm ignorant.
Now, why would you even admit to that?
IGNANT, not ignorant, but I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant.
Ignorant. Okay.
So I'm sitting there the whole time like, man, this storm ain't coming, man. Ain't nothing about to pop off.
Right.
Ain't nothing happening. 12 o'clock came, 1 o'clock came. I'm like, we've been bamboozled again.
Right.
Shit.
And it
2:30 came.
There
4
it
o'clock
was.
came. I was back in the bed, man, because it wasn't nothing I was about to do. It wasn't nothing nobody else was doing. I felt bad for the people that was out there looking crazy because it's
Right.
like, okay.
Right.
But before I go any further, I got a job to do.
You got a job to do.
You are watching the Quarantine Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Give us a call at 313-355-6018. I think the phone lines are on, but please, if you just want to talk and rant real quick, we up here. If you don't, hey, don't.
Is it 355 or 855?
355.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make
yes,
sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like, man, I went outside and shoveled. I'm like, okay, it's gonna stop. No. I had a bout with the whole thing, and then my car, and I'm gonna speak about this later on. My car, it got stuck in my driveway because my tires are bold. So my tires being so bold.
So what does that mean? That means that you have to do all this stuff winterize before the snow hit the ground.
All this stuff went around. Let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying.
We've got to do something about these car lots, these bold grocery stores, these bold gas stations.
Okay.
Because we are people. And when you go and buy a product, you expecting to get what you spending your money on. Nah, I be damn if I ain't had this car 2 months. And anything that could go wrong has.
No.
And it's like,
you
yes.
just got the car, Dre.
Yeah, that's my point. I just got the
got
doggone
the car.
You know, and it's like,
how do we address that?
with your state legislator.
Okay.
And that's one of our biggest pushes right now. Like, what are we doing? You know, I get that we're pushing this, that, and the other, but there's certain things that we really need to be talking about. That I don't know if they will be addressed because donations are a beautiful thing.
You said, are you accepting donations?
I ain't taking nothing. I ain't running. I ain't no elected official. I ain't taking no donations.
I'm just saying, you said
but
donations
no,
are a
I'm
beautiful
saying
thing.
donations are a beautiful thing and can get some people to be quiet.
Okay.
You know, maybe if money didn't talk so much, we can get more out of what we're trying to get. But I believe a lot of things are going to be done within the next few months because come December, come January, it's campaign season again.
It's campaign season.
But I'm going to give y'all a few things I want to see. I want to see businesses stop charging people to use their debit cards.
Yeah.
I don't know where this practice started, how it began, who did it, but it varies from place to place. Like some places be like, if you don't spend $5, you gotta spend $50 or 75 cents. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If I only have a certain amount to give you,
right.
If you tack that on, I can't get what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That needs to be looked at. We also need to start looking at housing agencies and landlords from stop using credit as a way to give somebody somewhere to stay.
I agree.
What does my credit have to do with me having a shelter over my head?
And I have a job and I can prove that I can pay the mortgages or the rents, and you want to say what your credit score?
You know.
Yeah.
This is another one of those things where we talk about environment and housing and all this stuff and education, all these people not feeling a certain kind of way. But guess what? If I'm worried about my credit being a factor and me being able to stay somewhere nice and not having to stay somewhere where I might have to sleep with one eye open all the time, you know what I'm saying? We need to look at that.
Absolutely.
Also, like I said, I spoke on the gas stations and the stores already.
Yeah.
But I do think some gas stations in certain areas Shut them damn things down at 1 o'clock, open back up at 5. Because you got some gas stations in certain areas, you already know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they are not no safe haven.
Right.
And there's not somewhere where after a certain time, most people are going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have an influx of people getting carjacked and shot and all kind of stuff going on. I'm tired of what's looking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So those are just a few things I think we should look at. But again, I'm just Dre.
No, I'm going to add this to the fee thing too, and I was kind of
To the who?
For the fees for charging. So I went to pay my cell phone bill, and I noticed that they're charging me to come in the store to pay the bill. They won't charge me if I do it online.
Yeah, I heard about that. I've heard
so
about that.
I asked the guy, I said, when did y'all start this? Because I remember when I first started with Metro, I never had a fee going in paying my bill. My bill was $55. I paid $55.
Right.
It is it was a $2 charge. So it went from $2 charge to a $5 charge now. And like I said, how long have you guys been doing this? Because what if some senior citizen or some fixed income person coming to your store and all they got is what they are supposed to pay, and y'all telling me to come into the store, you're going to charge me for coming in the store to pay the bill.
Right.
I can understand if you charge me from going online, but you charging me from coming in the store. So they're making money hand over fist off of poor people who use those services because they're affordable. But now they're becoming, these fees are astronomical. So now it's like, what do I do about that? So I'm like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like the fact someone's charging me to pay my bill.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that somebody charging me to get some snacks or whatever it is I'm in the store.
But see, isn't that predatory?
Again, this is that, and that's part of my issue. Like, there's some things that's going on that have literally been predatory towards our community because it happens in our
the communities. Yep. You know what? We should do some research and maybe go outside of Detroit and see if they're actually doing the same thing in other parts of Michigan. Are they charging at other Metro stores $5 to come into the store, or is that just limited to Detroit? Right. I'm going to see. I'm going to try that, and I hope I didn't speak too soon because they might try to, hurry up and do it. But I'm just saying.
Look, I work for a representative that works in 2 counties now. Mm-hmm. Thanks to redistricting, what y'all wanted so bad, and we got it. I mean, it's a new opportunity. It's a new challenge for everybody.
Yeah.
So even something like that, I do want to see.
Yeah. Because
if it's something that's bigger than just Detroit, how deep does it go?
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm in Lansing. I need to see if it happens in Lansing.
Right.
When I go out and do my thing in the district of which I serve, I need to see in different communities what's going on because.
Okay, and ask some questions.
Not even that. Just go spend. Mm-hmm. Oh, you do charge. Oh, y'all don't charge?
Right.
I've been places literally like, y'all don't charge a fee? No. You mean to tell me? You know what I'm saying? Right. So even stuff like that, we need to look into that.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to drop another station ID because I know it's time for that. You are watching the Quarantine Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. So now that I did that.
We paid the bill.
I want to ask a serious question. Do we vote on popularity or who really is fit to serve our communities?
That is a good question.
And I'm going to drop a few names. Charles Pugh, Dave Bean, what's her name? Martha Reeves.
Martha Reeves.
I'm just 3.
That's just 3. I know there's many.
So here we are, and there's no disrespect to anybody, but we are in the middle of a Senate race, and there's some names dropping from left and right, and I'm sitting here like, wait, whoa, wow, whoa.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, you know exactly where it's going. And I'm just like...
And it's sad. Let me just say that. I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to say it's very
For somebody
sad.
to tell me somebody's qualifications because they handsome
And they have money.
and they have money and they look good to women, I'm floored.
You ought to be.
Because
I'm floored when I heard it.
how you say that to a man? You
How
can't
do you even let it come out of your mouth?
you can't
Period.
sell that to a man. It's like, well, what that mean for me?
Okay,
He got money, he got women, and but what the hell does that mean for me?
when you want to run for a seat.
Not even just that, but what does that mean for me? He got money, he got women, he got this. Does that mean he can take care of his community? Does that mean if you've done anything for a certain community? I need us to get out of this whole
Popularity, the way
hand pick the king mode that we always in the
Yeah.
city of Detroit, because our hand pickings have not always
been good. It's been pretty freaking rotten lately with no results.
and I mean,
Yeah.
when do we stop going down this dangerous slope of picking that kind of leadership? I'm not trying to talk down on anybody that's running for anything, but at the
Okay.
end of the day, I know some qualified individuals
Absolutely.
that can do some things. And if you want to play the black card again, I know some qualified individuals that can
Right.
do some things.
Right.
That have actually done things in the community that you can really look at like, hey, did that. Hell, Roy McAllister, one of them.
There we go.
So with that being said, when do we break out of this spell of the high school popularity contest?
And I don't know why you said that. I was just going to seem like a big old high school popularity contest of the cool kids and the mean girls and all of this stuff. They're all running the show. However, this is an accountability of the people of the community, because those who are coming forth knowing that they could win that way are going to come forth and win that way. It is up to us. It is up to some of our elders to teach our younger people. And it's up to some of our younger people to teach voting age younger people that you don't vote because someone is cute, or because someone was on TV, or because someone, come to your block clubs every year right around election time and bring y'all t-shirts and pens and packs of hot dogs and bread, and y'all get happy and you're cheesing up in camera like they've done a whole lot for you throughout the year in previous years, and they have not. It is an accountability of voters themselves. This is where I come in at voter engagement. People have to be taught how to vote, and they have to be made to understand the importance of voting. It's not going in and filling in a bubble. And I think a lot of people get stuck on the how do I vote and who do I vote for, because they're not educated on voting itself and the importance of voting and what voting do to help grow your communities and your schools, and how you can put the right person in place to make sure certain legislation will pass.
So I've heard you say this before. I have to ask you, what is teaching somebody how to vote when you have a sector of people in our city who literally vote a certain kind of way? Let's be clear, Detroit got a lot of people with money in it, and a lot of them vote. And if they're comfortable with being in the pictures and things like that, where do we land on the equal playing field with people that don't know how to vote, who listens to the commercials and this and that and the other, instead of paying attention to what's around them? Hell, has it changed? Is it getting any better? So how do you teach people how to vote?
This is what we do. It all goes back to the old school, old fashioned way of doing things. You got to go reach out to the people. I know we are in a generation of everything is technology, and you can call from the phone and you can send out the flight. I mean, everybody is all about sending information to introduce themselves, but not actually introducing themselves in person. I was listening to some young people talk one day, and they was like, we don't like the canvas, the old way of canvassing. We think the best way of canvassing is dialing.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, you can have good conversations on the phone, but I'm an old school head, and I know people like for you to knock on their doors and have a conversation with them. And when I say that, because I have had the experience of doing this over and over again, how I communicate with my community, I actually get out there and talk to people and knock their doors. And when I'm done talking to my community about certain issues, they are glad I came. Because what they have told me was this: I am tired of getting mailings. I don't read that. I want you to knock on my door and tell me who you are and why you want my vote and why should I vote for you and what have you done? Because I'm not going to vote for you because you tell me you're going to do something. I need to know what you've already done. So it does work. And accountability. Let's go back to that. Accountability of people making themselves understand. Even the people with money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's their thing of wanting to be popular. That's how some socializing people with money get their little name out there. Well, we got the money to bring in a celebrity. So let's bring in some celebrities. And then we're going to get in some pictures. They can put them on their mantle and show the grandkids. And you don't know them other than the picture taking, but you make it look like y'all so cozy. And even if you are cozy, what are they doing to say, hey, you brought me in, you're a politician, what have you done? It's accountability on that end too. Because if I'm a celebrity and you're asking me to be part of a movement that's going to make change in your community, that's what I want to do. You don't bring me in because of my status. And if I'm just coming in because of my status, you're going to pay me 10 grand to show up.
So let me ask
that's what's going to happen.
Now I heard you say knocking doors.
Uh-huh.
Now, you know.
I know.
Several people, including I.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I.
Yes.
Who knocked on a lot of doors.
Mm-hmm.
And them doors that we knocked on, Steele Hughes, Danielle Hall, myself, and a few others.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't win. So, how far away from the knocking door game have we really gotten? Because those people you talked to may have been right. And we got about 7 minutes left, but they may have been right. This may be a new game, because let me tell you something. Borrowing money, getting money from people who really didn't want to donate to you, but they donated anyway because you cried and beat on them enough and they gave it to you.
Right.
To hit those doors and do what you're supposed to be doing. Go to the meetings, have the conversations, and all those kind of things, and you still lose to the status quo. The new folks. How do you then explain that to the people who then said, well, shit, I did go out there and vote?
You can't do it just one time, Dre.
No. I'm not talking about the candidate.
I'm talking about the
people
itself.
that vote. Because let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that feel like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try this one time.
But you can't. That's not
and
how
if
you
it
win.
don't, and that's what I'm saying.
That's
like
how
how much
you
deeper
can't win.
dive.
The deep dive come into consistency.
Mm.
Like if you're like for me, I ran a campaign and I ran it with a nice little staff. But I was running up against an incumbent.
Right.
I knew my chances of winning probably was slim, but then I also realized I could actually take this. So when I did win, I said, okay, lesson learned. I learned a lot of stuff. I learned stuff I didn't know in the process. Now when I do it again, I know how to be better equipped to get out here and do it if I decide to run for a seat again. It takes consistency. And let me be clear. Knocking that door, having an engaging conversation, and sitting down with those voters and they're telling you what their needs and wants are. We can't just take it for that one time and say, okay, nah, I know. It's a follow-up behind that.
Well, now, you
we
know
have
the
to
people
get
out
familiar
there
with our community all the time. They have to see you all the time.
Now, you know I ain't talking about no rookies.
I'm just.
I ain't talking about no rookies.
No, I'm not talking about rookies either.
Now, let's be clear. That may be what I'm talking about. You do have a amount of people that could just come out of nowhere.
We're not talking about the ones that come out of nowhere because they're probably already well connected. We just didn't know about it, and they win. It's because they're somewhere along the line. Somebody's well
running
connected.
A coup.
Listen, you said it.
Look,
I'm just saying, when you're talking about, what do we do? How do we change the game? Sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board and find out what steps did I miss. And when we're running, and it takes a minute to get to those spots. It really does. and I know it's hurtful. But I see a lot of my young people running for seats.
No, take the candidates out of it. I'm just talking about the electorate.
I'm talking about all of that. We talk about, what happened, why didn't I win, why didn't the people come out to vote, what do we need to do? You got to keep engaging them. It's a process where you got to consistently do it over and over again.
I'm talking about the candidate. I'm talking about the voter.
The
voters are the ones who are like.
They need to see more of you. It's just that simple. They need to see more of you.
Maybe you're not listening.
No, I'm listening.
Damn it, we only got 4 minutes.
Say it again.
No, take the candidate out of it. The voters are disenfranchised because they feel like the people that they assume, like take you for instance, when you went out there, you made connections with certain people. People felt like it was your time.
Right.
And went out and voted for you. And obviously assumed that 7,000-8,000 other people went out and voted for you. What do you say to the first time voter who goes out there and make it quick? Okay. The first time voter who goes out falls in love with this candidate, knows this candidate's been out there working, but then this person they ain't never seen, but they only see on TV. If they see him on TV, is the person that wins. How do you get, because you already know these days somebody, I ain't doing it no more.
Right.
It's I don't know why it's so easy for us to lay down, but we do.
Yeah.
You got a minute.
I mean, it goes back to accountability. That word accountability is going to pop up in every situation and in every conversation. When you have people who vote for someone that they want to win, we got to have enough of those people voting for that person. So that means that if I'm going to be out and I say, hey, I'm going with this person, I got to hit my neighborhood as an individual on behalf of that candidate I want to see.
I thought I had a movement.
No, you did. But like I say, when you're going up against an incumbent, that's an established set of people. And if your team ain't 10,000 strong, let's be clear, people have won with under that number. But if you got an established incumbent who has a 10,000 or more strong base, that's all they need is their base. Plus unions. So it's a process. I don't have all the answers right now, or we don't have time to give you some breakdowns, but I'll tell you this. I'll just tell people who really want to see change happen, keep fighting.
Right.
That's it. That's the bottom line. We keep doing it until it's done. Because at the end of the day, somebody's going to say, damn, they serious. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen on the first time or the second time, maybe not even on the third, but it's going to happen. But what we do in the meanwhile, we stay engaged in our community. We still go back and talk to those people we talked to during that campaign season. We talk to them in the off season. You want to really get a team? Talk to your community in the off season. That's how they believe you. That's one of the secrets.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we back. We are back. Y'all will see more of us again on Friday nights again. We're going to get some very important people in here. We're going to get some history-making people in here.
That's right. Ourselves. We history makers. Let's be clear.
I want to get State Rep Kimberly Edwards in here.
Absolutely.
First black woman at State Legislator of Macomb County. I want to get Donovan McKinney in here.
Yeah.
First black male legislator of Macomb County.
Absolutely.
I want to get Speaker Tate in here at some point.
Yes.
The first black
Speaker of the House.
You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on.
Can we get the governor to come in and talk about her award wins? Can we try to get the Governor Whitmer? If you're listening to the quarantine tonight, we would love to have you on our show. It would be our honor to bring our favorite governor in here. Because, sister, we see you doing the work. So come down and talk to the people. They would love to hear from you on quarantine.
I love the governor, but I ain't got to have you come down here at 8 o'clock at night.
With that being said, we can do it remotely. We have the
we'll figure it out.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
opportunities to do it. So
we about to get ready to get up out of here. Thank you so much for watching Quarantine again live on Facebook. Everything. The quarantine.
We're watching it live.
Thank you. We'll catch y'all next week. We out.